In this video, I'm going to take a look at the Sigma 18-35 and see how it compares to my Tamron 24-70. My main go-to lens is the Tamron 24-70. It's great and very versatile, but every now and then I find myself wanting to shoot with an f-stop lower than 2.8, but I'm not in a position where prime lenses are an option. Recently, I borrowed the 18-35 f1.8 art lens from Sigma to try out and did some tests before I put it into work on some of my new projects. The build quality of the lens is very nice with its matte finish, but I am aware it's not weather sealed like my Tamron. It's an EFS lens, so this wouldn't work on a full frame. The focus ring is nicely dabbed, as is the zoom ring, and it feels like a nice turn. You're not fighting it. The most important aspect of this lens though is its image quality. You are more limited with the range compared to the Tamron, but let's take a look at some side-by-sides. Through their zoom range and apertures, both lenses are remarkably sharp. At f4 and f8 it really is hard to tell them apart. At 2.8, the Sigma has a very slight edge in terms of sharpness, but the Sigma can go down to f1.8 as well. This means in low light, you've got another stop of light you can open up the iris to, meaning that you don't have to crank up the ISO and introduce more noise into your shots than you need to. The main differences in these lenses is precisely in how you would use them. If I was adapting them onto mirrorless cameras with in-body stabilization, then using this lens handheld would be a great benefit. But without it, I can't really see myself using it. I've yet to find an image stabilization rival to my Tamron 24-70. It's rock solid, and it has apparently only just got better with the second generation model. I shoot a lot of interviews. I found that on my Tamron, I shoot at about 45mm, and that's just nice for my interview setups. However, I thought I would see what they are like side by side at 35mm in exactly the same lighting setup. I was blown away by the clarity and how the Sigma handles highlights next to my Tamron. The Tamron looks contrasty with the lights in the background completely blown out. The Sigma, on the other hand, handles them wonderfully with a beautiful highlight and shadow roll-off. I was prepared to not like this lens because of the lack of image stabilization, but I'm going to take it all back. If I had a mirrorless camera, this would be my go-to lens every day, especially with newer cameras like the Sony a7 III and the GH5. However, because I'm not always fixed to a tripod and do need lens stabilization at a minimum during my more run and gun shoots, I have to say, even with the stunning image quality and the highlight roll-off, I'm really on the fence about whether to invest. I genuinely love this lens and what it produces, but it's practically not quite what I need, sadly. Thanks for watching. As always, if you've got any questions, pop them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.